Peace, Deep Minds, 255 here. And today we're looking at the Final Fantasy 16 website. The legacy of the crystals has shaped our history for long enough. Definitely did in Final Fantasy 15, Paul Arden. I think we saw the trailer. Let's take a look into the world of Final Fantasy 16. What do they have to offer us? Okay, forgive my pronunciation. Valstea, a land blessed in the light of the Mother Crystals. The land of Vestela is studded with Mother Crystals, glittering mountains of crystal that tower over the realms around them, blessing them with ether. For generations, people have flocked to these beacons to take advantage of their blessing, using the ether to conjure magic that let them live lives of comfort and plenty. Great powers have grown up around each Mother Crystal, and an uneasy peace has long reigned between them. Yet now the peace falters as the spread of the blight threatens to destroy their dominion. So another Final Fantasy 15 situation. There was also that disease that Arden took onto himself to help the people. And it also sounds like this land, the Slavia, is a place that's built on other people's sacrifice and suffering, right? Because that's what it says here, that these people live lives of comfort and plenty by taking advantage of their blessing. What's that blessing? The blessing of the ether. And who knows, whatever happens, whatever sacrifices made because of that. Econs and their dominance. Okay. The Econs are the most powerful and deadly creatures, and the Valstea each resides within a dominant, a single man or woman who is blessed with the ability to call upon their dread power. In some nations, these dominants are treated as royalty and admiration of their strength. In others, they are bound in fear of it and forced to serve as weapons of war. Those who are born as dominants cannot escape their fate, however cruel it may be. Kind of like the Jinkuris from Naruto, who have these tailed beasts inside of them. And in some villages, they were always feared or used as weapons of wars. At least in Final Fantasy 16 here, it appears that these dominants or Jinkuris, whatever you call them, are at least respected. All right, sounds like you got a lot of interesting parts for the storyline. The realms of, here it goes again, Valstea. I think every time I've said this V word, I said it a different way. All right, so we got these different flags. Let's see what we have here. The Grand Duchy of Rosaria. Long ago, a group of small independent provinces in western Vestlia found strength and unity and formed the Grand Duchy of Rosaria. After years of relative prosperity, the duchy now finds itself threatened by the spread of the blight. A threat that, left unchecked, would doubtless usher the realm to ruin. Rosaria draws its ether from Drake's Breath, a mother crystal situated on a volcanic island off the coast. The dominant of the Phoenix, Econ of Fire, is enthroned as Archduke when they come of age. Okay, so we have a dominant that is already enthroned. So, well, we definitely know this one is probably the place where they talked about how some dominants are related as royalty. Probably here. Probably some crazy god complex, who knows. The next one's the Holy Empire of Sanbreak. Sanbreak is the largest theocratic force in Valstea. The empire's holy capital, Oriflame, is built around Drake's head, the mother crystal that blesses the surrounding provinces with abundant ether. The people happily take advantage of this, living in comfort and security under the watchful gaze of the Holy Emperor, whom they worship as the living incarnation of the one true deity. The dominant, there's a blank space there, they want to keep a secret for a reason, right? Some type of major plot twist, serves as the Empire's champion, taking to the field in times of war to rout its enemies. All right, so we already have the first two nations as nations that their dominance are exalted. They enjoy this prestigious position But in the second one, it's taken to the next level because under the gaze of a holy emperor. And usually in anime and games of this sort, if it's a holy anything, Catholic Church is usually some evil tied to it. The kingdom of Walud. Walud claims the entirety of Ash, the eastern half of Valisthea, as its dominion. The kingdom's control of the continent has often been tested by the orcs and other beastmen who make their home there, but the current ruler of the realm, dominant of blank, another, I guess, plot device, secret, whatever they want, has succeeded in quelling their rebellions. Using the power of the kingdom's mother crystal, Drake's spine, that's my girlfriend probably, this new king has built up a mighty army with which he now seeks to test the borders of his neighbors. Okay. Right. Hold on, that's my girlfriend. Sorry about that. Alright, well, maybe I'll edit it out, or maybe I won't. Anyway, back to our Final Fantasy 16 show at YouTube's about fun. Why not? Walud claims the entirety of Ash, eastern half. Okay, so the kingdom's control of the continent has often been tested by the orcs and other beastmen. So I guess it's interesting. Sounds like we have this kingdom that's surrounded by beasts, and their ruler of the realm is also a dominant, and that's knocking out the beast rebellion. So our first three empires, dominants all play a role of ruling it. It seems like you can build a really good, interesting story here. It depends on what they do with each of these characters, but they all hold some position of power. Let's see if the other three will be in contrast to that. So we have the Dalmatian Republic. Okay. The Dalmatian Republic is made up of 5 states, from which the members of its ruling, might be a huge town or something like that, right? Parliament are drawn. Its mother crystal, Drake's Fang, is half hidden in the heart of a mountain range. The Republic's control of it and its ether, securing the obedience of the large part of the southern Valisthea. The dominant of Titan, Acheon of Earth, is installed as special advisor to Parliament and has a significant say in its decision making. Now that's very, I gotta say, Final Fantasy 16 has got some juice. I'm mad that it's a PlayStation 5 exclusive, but it has some juice here, right? Because just looking at these first 4, you got a lot of elements that can make from an interesting storyline, right? You have one dominant who's an archduke, another dominant who's an holy emperor, another dominant who's also a champion of sorts, conquering rebellions. Then we have a dominant who's like kind of a political figure, if you will, right? This dominant of Titan, Acheon of Earth, is installed as a special advisor to Parliament. That's pretty interesting. So I wasn't watching the trailer. Yes, the graphics were good. I wasn't as excited, but this is looking pretty good. Okay, the Iron Kingdom. Let's look at that. A small group of islands off the coast of Storm, the western half of Valisthea's twin realms. Here, the crystalline orthodox, an extreme faith that worships crystals, reigns supreme. The Iron Kingdom controls Drake's breath, the mother crystal that sits at the heart of one of their islands. Long a source of contention with neighboring Rosaria. Okay, so the Archduke, this is Rosaria, and these are probably next to each other. All right, that's good. Even though they're situated like this, we're getting that they're spread out different, right? This is at the top, this is at the bottom. Anyway, the Iron Kingdom, where were we? The Iron Kingdom controls Drake's breath, the mother crystal that sits at the heart of one of their islands, along a source of contention with neighboring Rosaria, isolated and aloof from the mainland nations. The Ironbloods speak their own language. Excuse me, said some fishing, mac and cheese. Look, jailhouse dinners. Orthodox doctrine judges dominance. I'm single. What you want? Orthodox doctrine judges dominance to be unholy abominations, and any unlucky enough to be born on the islands are executed. Whoa, let's read that again. Isolated and aloof from the mainland nations, the Iron Blood speak their own language. Orthodox doctrine judges dominance to be unholy abominations. Orthodox doctrine judges dominance to be unholy abominations, and any unlucky enough to be born on your islands are executed. Alright, so the Iron Kingdom is not the brightest kingdom, right? Because you got at least 4 other kingdoms where their dominance are playing important roles in building the kingdom because they have a special power. We have the Archduke. We have the Empire's champion. We also have the champion who quells rebellions. And we have someone who's an advisor to Parliament, right? Now, this may be just a take on how bad religion, but they did start off stating that they're an extreme faith. Maybe they're extremely stupid, too. All right, let's go to the Crystalline Dominion. What do we have here? The Crystalline Dominion sits at the heart of Vestilia. Did I say that like a 7th different time? Built around the tallest of all the mother crystals, Drake's Tail. Many bloody battles were fought for control of this small plot of land due to its strategic importance, till the warring realms finally agreed to an armistice. As part of the peace treaty, the islands around Drake's Tail become an anonymous dominion led by a council of representatives from the surrounding nations, each realm enjoying equal claim to the mother crystal's blessing. No dominant makes their home there. Whoa, 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 whoa. The Crystalline Dominion sits at the heart of Vestilia. Yeah, I got it, yo. In the comment section, you gotta help me out with this last one. The Crystalline Dominion sits at the heart of Vestilia, built around the tallest of all the mother crystals, Drake's Tail. Many bloody battles were fought for control of this small plot of land due to its strategic importance, till the warring realms finally agreed to an armistice. So let's break it down. In our first sentence, there's some Crystalline Dominion that sits at the center of Vestilia, right? And it's the biggest. Many bloody battles were fought here from some small plot of land. To everybody who's fighting agrees to peace. Okay, we get it. Dominion led by council representatives from the surrounding nations. Each realm enjoying equal claim to the mother crystal's blessing. No dominant makes their home there. Probably the strongest of all the dominants make his home there, right? That's the type of twist they try to pull on us. I don't know. All right, anyway, this is Deep Mind 255. Just want to look at the world of Final Fantasy 16. Let's see if there's anything else we can see here. Okay, we have characters and a message from the developer. I'll make a second video about that, probably tomorrow afternoon. All right, anyway, this is Deep Mind 255 out. 1.